start with you. Your glass is breaking? Stop looking at me like that.
Last week we were Coffee Talk, and we wanted to go from a 10 to an 11. So we're pre-market talk today, which is like elevating everything to a different level. So everyone that has Coffee Talk online, I'm sorry, it's now pre-market, pre-workout for the market talk. All right, we're gonna get serious. All right, you start.
Well, as far as, we had rates have started to make a change.
Yeah, for the first time, I'm actually thinking about doing a refinance, which I haven't done in a while, but I've only been in my loan for a year. So that makes sense in terms of restarting my loan, because my current loan's at 4.375, which a year ago was like a great.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
It was great. Even when I was doing my loan, the guy came to my house to do the paperwork. He's like, I can't believe the rate you got. Yeah. Well, I checked with my guy today, and we're at 3.25 on a jumbo, which is actually insane. It's almost free money. So he wants to see where rates come out in about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I might be refining, which is something I don't do a lot. But if their amortization schedule calls for it, it may be something to do.
Yeah, in my current situation, I'm going to be refining. For one, the rates are obviously getting lower, but I put a minimum down payment, which a lot of people have been doing over the last few years. But my home price and my equity has increased to a point where I might be able to eliminate my personal mortgage insurance. And I'm going to be refining to a 15-year, which is going to kind of absorb what that cost was once my appraisal is completed. So those who have put a small down payment down, possibly bought anywhere from 2014 to 2016, even early 2017, you might want to check with your real estate broker, us.
Yes.
Check with us, because you might actually be able to eliminate your PMI with your refi.
So this is actually mind-blowing here. So Chris's payments may not change. However, what will change is there'll be no more private mortgage insurance, and he's going from a 30-year to a 15-year, thus paying so much more equity and less in interest to the bank. This is a great play. I mean, that's
yeah. And I'll be locked in at a rate, in the low threes, which is again, pretty
fantastic.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Especially historically.
Yeah.
When our parents were getting loans at 14, 15% at one point.
Last week we were talking about a lot of interesting numbers that were coming out, and not saying that we're brilliant, but just that we're always right, which are two different things.
Yeah.
Because when we say we're always right, we have you infer that we're brilliant, other than us telling you we're brilliant. But the trade gap one for China is pretty much done, which saw a huge move in the stock market. Builders confidence came out today, the highest since 1999, and building permit pulls for Chicago are through the roof. So this is really setting up for a great market. People that are renting and paying $4,000 for a one bedroom, which is not brilliant. The opposite of us, may want to start thinking about getting out of those rentals next year, and there'll be some nice inventory.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a tough pill to swallow, thinking about paying over $4,000 a month in rent for 1,000 square feet. You're almost lighting 50 grand on fire, just for housing. That's just money you'll never see again. So, with the new inventory, coming out, builders are obviously pulling permits. You're going to have new construction to look at in many different neighborhoods, not just central to downtown. So really it is going to appeal to a lot of people, as the rates will again eventually tick up. They will not last where they are very long, especially when the Fed meets in February. So that is something to keep in mind.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to end the year flat in some areas and down 5% in pricing. I also have heard rumors and saw online that the last 60 days were the most active 60 days since 2007, which we all know it was bananas back then. So, I mean, not only do we see, and we talked about it last week, how crazy things are. Those numbers just came out, but we're hearing it across the board from everybody. So it's all been good. We've got consumer confidence up. We've got builders confidence up. We've got low rates. We've got record-setting stock prices, and we've got some geopolitical stuff being taken care of and being put together. So it's really going to set up, I think, for a great year next year. And like I said last week, I wouldn't have said that a month ago. I would say the end of the world is coming.
Yeah.
But the end of the world didn't come, which is great.
I mean, all of those kind of contributing factors still have managed to equalize the leverage between buyers and sellers, particularly from neighborhood to neighborhood. So before we have seen such a strong seller's market, that has changed with the buyers having a little bit more leverage when it comes to the amount of inventory that's out and their opportunity to buy. So it's been interesting, and it's been positive for both sides of each transaction. So it really is something to see how it unfolds next year.
I think everyone had like their come to Jesus moment. Like everyone's like, okay, this is where we're at, and let's make the best of it. And I think they did, which is good. I think that's it for our pre-workout talk.
Your pre-workout
My
talk.
pre-workout talk. Time to go to the gym.